All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are tackling a skill that is absolutely critical for anyone who wants to actually use a map to understand the world around them. We're talking about how to turn that piece of paper, the one, from just a bunch of confusing lines into your most powerful navigation tool.
I know, that sounds a little dramatic, right? But it's the honest-to-goodness truth. An unset map isn't just a little unhelpful, it can be flat-out dangerous. That statement right there is exactly why the skill we're about to break down is so important.
Okay, so how do we fix that problem? How do we take that useless paper and make it come alive? Well, the secret is in one simple action. We set the map. That's it. That's the magic trick, the crucial step that connects what you're holding in your hands to what you're seeing with your own eyes.
So what does setting a map actually mean? Well, think of it like this. It's all about orientation. You're physically turning the map so that the north arrow on the paper is actually pointing to the real physical north on the ground. Once you do that, boom, everything just clicks into place. The river on your left on the map is actually on your left in real life.
Yeah, that's the real question, isn't it? It sounds easy enough when we're just talking about it, but what about when you're actually out there, on the trail, with the wind blowing? How do you do it for real? All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
So you've got a few different ways you can do this, but honestly, we're going to focus on the two you'll use 99% of the time. Doing it by eye, that's called by inspection, and doing it with your compass.
First up, let's talk about the most intuitive way, the one that just makes sense. It doesn't require any fancy gear, just the two best tools you've always got with you, your eyes.
Okay, so here's how easy this is. Step 1, look around. Spot something big and obvious, a road, a river, a huge hill you just can't miss. Got it? Okay. Step 2, find that same exact thing on your map. Now for the magic part. Just physically turn the map until the drawing of the hill on your map lines up with the real hill out there. And that's it. Seriously, your map is now set.
So this way is super fast, it's easy, but, and this is a really big but, it only works if you can actually see stuff. Right? If you're stuck in a super dense forest, or the fog rolls in, or you're in some flat, featureless plain, well, this method is pretty much useless. And that is why we need another tool in our toolkit.
So what do you do when your eyes can't get the job done? You bring in a specialist, and that specialist is your compass. This is the precision method. It gives you a perfect, reliable north, no matter what the weather is doing or what the terrain looks like.
All right, this one has a couple more steps, but trust me, it's not complicated. First, just lay your compass flat on the map. Easy. Now you're going to turn the entire map with the compass sitting on it until that red magnetic needle lines up perfectly with the north-south grid lines printed on the map. Now for the last super important step, adjust for something called declination. All that means is there's a tiny difference between where your compass points and where true north is. Don't worry, your map will literally show you exactly how much to adjust for. Make that tiny tweak and you are dialed in with incredible accuracy.
And that, right there, is the key takeaway. Using your eyes is great when you can, but the compass method, that's the gold standard. It doesn't care about fog or forests or darkness. It works every single time, which makes it the most accurate, most dependable way to set your map, period.
So you can see the trade-off, right? If it's a beautiful, clear day and you can see a huge mountain for miles, setting by inspection is awesome. It's fast, it's intuitive. But the second things get tricky, or you absolutely have to be precise, the compass is what you reach for. The real pro knows how to do both, so you're ready for anything.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how. But before we wrap up, I need to leave you with the one golden rule of using a map. This isn't just a friendly tip. Think of this as a field command, something you absolutely cannot forget. Let this sink in. Always, first set the map, then you move. Never the other way around. Every single time. Because an unset map is basically a recipe for getting lost. Setting your map first, that is the foundation for every single correct decision you make after that.
So there you have it. That piece of paper in your pack, it's not useless anymore, is it? It's a key that can unlock the entire world around you. So now that you know how to use it, where are you going to go next?